Oh my word, we are live. We are absolutely direct with DMC. Donna Marie, how are you doing? You are such a superstar. You're amazing.
Thank you, Jay, brother from another mother. It's so great to be with you.
I'm, I'm repping New York again. I'm repping New York again. I am.
I knew you would. And I don't have anything with the Union Jack, but I do have my Captain America sweatshirt on.
That's fine. And that is the British colours, to be fair, British flag. So I'll take that.
All right. Well, I think I have to order myself a Union Jack shirt just for you.
100%. 100%.
Mind the Gap. Well, maybe one that says Mind
the Gap. 100%. Wow. I just want to say, like, from that last masterclass, 15K in sales, closed. You're not resting on your laurels. You are looking at bringing in a sales team member, looking at running ads. You know, I just want to say how proud I am of you, of your growth. You went all in, and look, we've got something that can impact women all over the world, you know? Yeah. So speak to us a little bit about, you know, what made you want to potentially find a new way of sort of kind of working and selling your program. Yeah. What made you want to like hop into this program?
So I think I am my own masterclass in the entrepreneur who's like had enough, right? Like I've tried so many different things and I needed something that spoke to my zone of genius. See, every entrepreneur, we're built differently. And I am a teacher at heart, have always been, and I love to give value. But what was happening prior was I was giving so much value and sales calls, and I was like giving everything away for free. So I'm still doing free master classes, but in my master class, I'm teaching my methodology, but I'm not teaching them how they can do it on their own when they leave, but many won't, because my program is not just writing the book, it's other things. But here's the difference between me and maybe someone else. I said, I'm investing in myself. I didn't have the money at the time. I mean, I did, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I just was like, I'm trusting that Jay came across my inbox for a reason. Whiteboard Method, I'm really good at teaching and presentations. I've done them forever. So I was like, I'm all in. So I went all in, paid in full. I have made back my investment plus some, but also learning systems that I will continue to use over months. And the other thing that it's done for me, Jay, is we were just talking before this, is my whole mindset has shifted, right? So I'm not thinking about I'm not thinking of this as the entrepreneur who's just trying to scrape by. I'm like, okay, this is going to get me to the next level. We're talking about hiring a salesperson so that I can get out of the sales, which is not great for my energy, to be honest. I don't mind doing sales, but it's not great for my energy. So if I can hire somebody who can close better than I can, then that's life-changing for her. And it's going to be a her because I'm a woman business, right? And I want female closers talking to my female clients. And it's going to be life-changing for me as well. So yeah, I stopped thinking small. And now, like I said to Jay earlier, well, I can do 2 masterclasses in a day. I can do an AM masterclass and a PM masterclass, so that when my people reach out and they say, oh, I can't do evenings, my setter or whomever can say, great, well, we also have one from 9 to 11 AM. Which one is better for you? So yeah, I'm excited about it. You know, and the best thing is that at my masterclass, I had 12 attendees and all 12 of them left with a map to their book. So even if somebody's looking at it 3 months from now, is like, you know I didn't sign up with Donna Marie, but I still have this outline. They could always reach back out to me and say, you know, I'm sorry, I should have signed up 3 months ago, but is it too late? Right. And it's never too late. And some people just need more time. One of the person that I closed, she had attended the November workshop. Yeah. She came back to the masterclass in December, and I had met with her after. And after November, she was like, I can't do it. I don't have the money. She came, and I was like, I respect that. No worries. But now you have your book outline. She came back in December and she said, I can't afford not to do this because the program is going to teach me not just to write the book, but how to use it as a business asset, how to get clients. I'm teaching them like step 1, step 2. And then not only are they paying themselves back, but they're learning how to continue to get this passive income. So yeah, I'm psyched. I'm really excited. I know 2026 is going to be my year. And I told myself, look, my last quarter, Q4, I'm going to spend some money figuring out to set myself up for Q1 of 2026. And I just know that this is just going to, rocket me into into outer space.
No, just and we're thinking in the same ways, conversions and traffic, getting the most traffic. Maybe we might get in another VA if needed. You got two already, you might get in the third, or might ramp up the ads, get the salesperson in, and know that you are in your zone of genius, create another back-end product. Speaking about the VA element of things, how useful has it been having a VA installed on day number 1? So within 10 minutes, boom, get a VA in. Not, here's how you hire one.
No, it's not. Yeah, Jay, the word is not useful. The word is critical. The phrase is critical to the success. The VA that I have, now I also have a personal VA that I work in my business, and I could have had you train her, but I said, no, let me go with Criselda because she's done this before. She has, I plan on giving her a kick-ass bonus this month because she has just killed it. She is in there. She is on top of it for me. She'll send me a message saying, hey, don't forget, you've got a call today. It's been crazy because number one, there's no way I could have done it myself. She works for me 40 hours a week. I don't have 40 hours a week to be messaging these people. So she's doing it. That's her zone of genius. That leaves me available to meet with clients, to do the book editing, to work on the things that fill me up. When you're an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, we have to do all the aspects of our business, right? And in the beginning, when we're startup people, we do it all, but we don't do it all well. We're just doing it because we're I can't afford it. But then when you realize it's costing you more, because I think to myself, look, when I do executive coaching, I'm $300 an hour is what I charge for one session of executive coaching. If I can pay somebody less than that to do these tasks that I'm not good at, it's a no-brainer. Just go find another client. And I think that that's the other part where particularly female entrepreneurs, because I know that's who you help, we're really good at finding money for everybody else in our families and in our lives, but not for ourselves, right? If my son comes home and says, Mom, I want to do this special camp. That last summer, I sent my daughter to a $5,000 camp. I found money for that. But when we think about for ourselves, we're never pouring into ourselves. And I was like, that's ridiculous. I need to pour into my business. And it has made a huge difference so far. That, and I also decided to do Instagram ads, but I'm going to start taking my Instagram ads to a master class as opposed to a small video. So just setting up January so it's going to just crush.
Yeah, and multiple sources of traffic, right? So we're not just relying on ads, we're networking, we've got the VA in as well. And the next component that we're going to look at, something critical, because the whole essence of the whiteboard workshop is to produce results in advance. And I think it's outstanding how you were able to create maybe 12, 13 book outlines. So everyone got a book outline, on the workshop live. Tell me a little bit about how you've used the workshop in terms of implementation, because that's what the whiteboard workshop's all about, implementation.
Yeah, love that. So I do, full disclosure, if any of you attend my trainings, my whiteboard workshop is different slightly from Jay because I had a system that was working. But a lot of the stuff that Jay talks about has helped me, some of the language that he uses, such as, are you interested or are you committed? What are the 4 T's, time, those 4 things that he does on his whiteboard. I've started doing those in my sales calls as well, a little bit different. But it's been great because you're addressing the problems that they're going to give you at closing. You're just kind of hitting them head on in your workshop and then using those techniques in your sales calls as well.
Yeah, 100%. Because I think the biggest objection, and this is what I found, like I started working with, I think she's a Christian wellness coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday. Yeah. The biggest objection was, what if I pay you my money and I don't get results? I've paid $20,000, $10,000, $50,000 is not unusual. And I find that when you give results in advance, people don't have to worry about starting with DMC. It's about continuing with DMC.
Yeah. And I think the other thing that makes my offer a no-brainer is that even if they don't establish a business, they have a book, right? So their book is done. This is something that they've always wanted to do. They can use it, even if they say, you know what, I don't want a big 6-figure business. I just want to get some some talking gigs. Great, I'll show you how to do that. What are your goals specifically? One woman, wants to create a program for not tutoring, but coaching high school kids with disabilities to get them ready to go to college. Do you know how many parents would pay for that? I mean, I have a daughter who has both of my kids have disabilities going to college. I think she'll be fine, but listen, I'll pay $5,000 for you to work on my daughter executive functioning. So when she goes to college, I am going to save money, because if she drops out at $30,000 a year, that's money down the drain. So, it's all depends on everybody's particular goals. Not everybody has the same goal. And that's what I love about my program.
Yeah. No, not everyone has the same goal. And I think if we find out what somebody wants, as you said, like the whole essence of having a book will be with someone for the rest of their lives and stuff like that. So that's the whole power there. Let's just have a quick look at this, have a little panda. So yeah, look, we're celebrating you, because what's great is that you add your twist to things. You take something, you say, hey, look, Jay, I've got this running already. I've been teaching X amount of time. So that's the power. You add your own elements of things, and you're not resting on your laurels. You know that, hey, let's create a back end offer for $20,000 and like increase our prices, like have multiple products. And I think that's brilliant for you. And
can I just say
the simplicity?
I need to say something, Jay. I've actually closed $20,000. So
wow.
I had $5,000 from the first masterclass, which I knew I would do better on the second, because I made some adjustments, timing and things like that. So, and in my contract with you, you actually said, I will guarantee that you'll make $20,000 in 3 months after three. And if not, I'll continue working with you. So I will surpass your guarantee, ROI guarantee.
Yeah, and it's about more growth. And sometimes it's not about the funnels. It's the simple Google document. It's not the sexiest. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not, but it gets us getting people and serving people, which you are the best in the world at.
Yeah.
And when you're serving people, you're in your element, and that allows for live transformations rather than, hey, look how good I am in that regard. And look at the people who show up for you. And I think the amazing thing is we don't need necessarily to have 100 people, but if we serve 13 people deeply, then we might get some sales. And then there's a whole replay element of things. And then we could always scale up with ads. Why? Because we validated the offer organically.
Right.
And so when we use ads, it's with good reason, because we've got some case studies under the belt. Hey, would you like to come to this event? We've had 2 already. On the landing page, maybe show a couple of pictures of people that attended and things like this. And like, love the way you teach, by the way, like the glorious presentations and, using ChatGPT. Tell me a little bit about using ChatGPT Live. I think that's genius of you. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that I teach in my workshop, if anybody wants to join my workshop, just make a comment below. I'm having another one in January, or I can send you a recording, is we create what's called your unique mechanism. Yours is the whiteboard workshop, right?
Yeah.
But what's your unique mechanism? So the way that we would have done this in the past is we would have just made a list. Imagine you're sitting across from your ideal client or your ideal reader, and your ideal reader says, I have this problem. How can I help? How can I fix it? So I have my clients just type a list of words and phrases, just type them, write down a list. And then we go to ChatGPT and we say, I am writing a book to help X solve Y using my unique mechanism, period. Below, something like this. Below are all of the steps or solutions I have created. Please create a 3 to 5 step process that I can use as my unique mechanism. And then what it does is it takes all those and puts them in buckets. So you've got this bucket, this bucket, this bucket. And then I'll say to it, and then it'll say, here are your 3 steps, 1, 2, 3. And then I'll say, because some of them, if you go back to the previous slide, you'll see some of the unique mechanisms have like the build method, the female framework, right? Yeah. We might say to it, great, love those steps. Can you please create an acronym that ties into the problem I'm solving? So like the female framework is a book on feminine relationship. The build method is a book on creating stronger schools, strong build. Yes. And some people use it like the acronym, some don't. I mean, it's completely up to the author. So we just zhuzh it, right? And we say, I don't like that one. How about this one? Yeah. Or maybe you have a word that you use. I had a author who used the sassy was her thing. So I was like, okay, well, let's tell it. Here are all the things, and we want to use sassy. And it came up with 5 steps with sassy.
Amazing. No, that is truly powerful. And at the end of the day, your lead generation VA is just booking in those calls for you, right? She's
amazing. And here's the other thing was she said to me yesterday, see, I feel like she's more than a VA. She's more than a booking VA. She's almost like a personal assistant, because she said to me yesterday, okay, Donna Marie, I've done all this stuff. I have a few more hours. What do you want me to work on? And then she said, when's our next one? And I hadn't even thought about it. And I was like, well, I guess I'm picking one. I was like, January 13th. She's like, great, I'm going to start inviting people.
Wow.
And then here we go. Like, it's just this beautiful flow of steps that are going to get us to this place in January. And now I'm thinking, I want to tell Griselda, hey, listen, tell them there's a morning and an afternoon. Which one do they want? Right? It's going to be the same link either way, but then she'll know, these people are coming to the morning, these people are coming to the afternoon, and then she can message accordingly.
Yeah. Or we could say, push one of them and say, okay, here's the session. If they can't make that session, hey, look, we've got an overflow session. We've got an overflow where we take it in the morning. So I know you're a mother of 3 or 4 kids. Hey, look, there's a morning session before the kids get back from school. And I think that's a great way of maximizing, because what's the worst that can happen? 2 or 3 people show up. But those 2 or 3 people could be potential clients for you. Worst case scenario, you've had a great practice if no one shows up. You know what I mean?
And then you have to stop. I think we as entrepreneurs also have to look at, what else can we do with that? Well, it's a replay. You can send it to other people. You can turn it into reels. I mean, there's so much, it's not time wasted.
100%. Now, this is what your closer will be using to enroll the clients. And it's just, how did you find this, by the way? Like laying out some of the keywords, micro celebrity in the niche, in the top 10%, because the top 10% in any industry, DMC, make 55% of the income.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought it was great, but I was clunky. The first time I used it, I was clunky, which is normal, right? But I was like, okay, so it's not just information, it's implementation. Let's talk about that. And, so what have you tried before? I think that I needed to provide myself more time to practice it.
100%. That's my fault. I think more practice, I think is good. Yeah.
it's nobody's fault. I mean, that's just the evolution of business. Anytime, like I knew, for instance, my first masterclass in November, I mean, I had 13 people. I only closed one and I had a lot of calls. I knew this month would be better and next month it'll be better. But this is something as I train my closer that I'll make sure that we train her to go through this multiple times so that when it's the first time, she's not clunky. I am excited about having a closer because it will allow me to spend my energy on things that fire me up and make me feel good. It's sales is important because when you sell, you serve, right? You can't help people if you can't serve people. But if I can find somebody who's better at it than I am, then I can change her life and in the process change my life. So yeah, I'm pretty psyched. I'm excited for January for sure. And Jay is going to be a part. Look, Jay's a huge part of my success already because I wouldn't have made 20K without doing this just because I wasn't doing master classes. But I also count on him as he's just amazing. He's become a dear friend and somebody I can say, hey, will you help me with my new closer? And I know Jay will. So thank you.
No, definitely. How can people get in contact with you? Like, let them know how you serve and how they can get in contact with you.
Yeah, awesome. You can, if you're watching this, I don't know if this is going to be on Facebook or wherever it is.
It's streaming live on LinkedIn.
Okay, cool. So if you just tag me either in LinkedIn or Facebook, it's just my name, Donna Marie Cosine. I should have put that instead of DMC. You'll see I just updated my banner on LinkedIn to be more aligned with what I'm doing. So I'm taking action in other aspects also because of what Jay has pushed me to do. So I'm super excited.
It's growth, and it's knowing that there's some stat, DMC, that like 90% of people who have the book idea, they don't execute it.
Correct.
And so it's what a big market to empower someone and to let them have a body of work. Just like Taylor Swift creates hits, right? You're helping people create hits.
Yeah. And some people, they're happy to just have the book. They don't want to do anything more with it, and other people are like, I have one author who she's like my best student. She wrote a book to serve. She was like, I don't know if I want to write a book because she lost her husband. She wound up writing a book about the loss of her husband, but we turned it into a methodology to help other people. And she's doing it all volunteer. And she comes every week. We're working on a master class that she's going to do locally to share with other people who are dealing with, people who are dying or ill. Like, she's motivated by helping other people. It's just a beautiful thing to see people really taking their genius and helping other people.
It's the beautiful thing, and this is why you're probably not jumping onto the whole bandwagon on selling AI, right?
Yeah, we don't do AI. Everyone wants to hear your authentic voice. They don't want to hear, what AI thinks Donna Marie is going to say. They want to hear what Donna Marie says. I mean, there are times, look, I'm not going to lie. We use AI to help organize our thoughts. So for instance, if there's a chapter and I'm like, oh, this is what I want to talk about, but I'm not sure of the flow, I might drop it in there and be like, how would you flow this? Or, read this. I haven't done this yet, but I could put a chapter in there and say, tell me what you think about, am I being redundant? Or I do use it. I will tell you the back of the book descriptions that are written on our books are AI generated because I say, help me, here's the manuscript. Help me find, a really high quality way to pull people in. But that's not not the author's voice anyway. But there's a place for AI in book writing. It's just not the author. We need to be the author of our stories.
100%. Last question. I know you're on a schedule. You're a busy woman closing deals left, right, center. Last question. What would you say to someone saying, I cannot afford to invest in Jay? Like, I can't afford it.
Okay, I would say, and I'm not getting any kickback from Jay on this, so I'm going to be serious. I want to say to you, look, you can't not afford it. And I know why some of you are doing it. And I have too made investments in programs that have given me zero ROI or maybe a backwards ROI. This is not it. Jay is all in for you. This is a proven methodology that works. I mean, if you know, when I signed up with him and I paid in full, I was like, okay, well, this has to work because I just put this on my credit card, right? I have made back my investment plus, and I've learned a skill that I can use for months on and on and on. He didn't teach me a trick. He has taught me a skill that I can use moving on. So my response would be, you can't afford not to. And if you are serious about growing your business, even if you are currently making zero, you will make money working with Jay. If not in your first masterclass, by your second, because the first masterclass, like for me, even though I'm a seasoned speaker, it's a little wonky, a little clunky. But once you map out what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, and you get confident, you will make your money back and then some.
That's powerful. DMC, New York in the building.
Right.
Country jungle where dreams are made of. DMC is delicious, magic, and scintillated, even though scintillated begins with an S. Scintillated. Thank you, DMC.
Thank you.
Onwards, upwards ever, backwards never. DMC in the building. Booyah.
Booyah. All right. Talk soon.
That's it. Thank you. Thanks,